What's up everybody, it's Matt from the house, and in this video we're going to show you just a few of our favorite women's freeride boards for the 22-23 season. Let's check these out. All right, first up we have the Arbor Veda. This is Marie-Francois' pro model board. Definitely an all-mountain freeride board, but it is a backcountry killer. We've got a directional shape on this thing, so obviously a little bit more nose, a little less tail, so we're gonna get that extra float where you need it. And then when you're not riding powder, we've got that grip tech edge that really digs on the ice no matter how fast you're going. It is a traditional cambered board from tip to tail, but also have those uprise fenders to kind of lift up your contact points to give it a little bit more of an easy catch-free feel and help initiate turns a little bit easier. And then it does have a mixed glass inside this thing, so we kind of get the best of both worlds. We get the smoothness of the biax and the snappy poppiness and stability of the triax. And then the last thing that really tops this thing off, no pun intended, is the top sheet. It actually is a hand-dyed ash wood top sheet that not only looks amazing, but it actually adds strength, adds spring, adds pop, and actually adds a lot of longevity to the life of this board. All right, next up we have the Rossignol After Hours. So pretty rad board. All mountain freeride style board, but definitely dipping into the backcountry, getting into that deep pow. We've got that directional shape with that extra big nose, so you get a lot of float out of this thing. Got a nice centered base, keeping this thing super fast. A little bit more of kind of a medium stiff flex on this thing, so we definitely want to get a lot of power, but we can still have a little bit of that smoother feel. And then adding to the lightness and to the edge hold on this thing, we're doing that classic Rossignol light grip in between your feet and up into the nose and tail of the board where they mill it out, add in some urethane so you get a little bit better edge hold and a lot of dampening out of the ride as well. All right, and then next up we've got the Never Summer Lady FR. This is actually probably one of the most aggressive boards out there. This is actually a triple camber board. So Never Summer started introducing this into a few of the boards in the men's line, and they wanted to make one for the women, for those girls who are charging super hard. So it still is a rocker dominant board where they do rocker in between the feet and camber in the nose and tail, but they've actually added a small pocket of camber in between your feet. And basically what it does is it kind of stiffens up the board a little bit in between your feet and makes it dig even harder when you're riding on some of those harder, icier conditions. You're actually getting more contact points and you're getting a little bit more stiffness out of the middle of the board. So it's a pretty cool thing, and once you've actually ridden the triple camber, that's when you really understand what it does. But again, it is a little bit stiffer ride. It's for those girls who do charge hard and ride fast all the time. We are doing the Bi-Lite fiberglass in this thing, and then on top of that, we've got carbon V's going in the nose and the tail of this thing, transferring energy from your bindings out towards your contact points, adding a lot of spring, pop, and stability. And they're also doing that carbon recluse underneath the feet as well, which is basically making your bindings feel bigger, which is adding even more pop, more stability, and more dampening to the board. All right, then last up we have one of, personally I think one of the best looking boards, really cool shape too, is the Jones Airheart 2.0. We've got a directional twin shape on this thing, so it actually does have obviously that directional shape to it, but it actually feels a little bit more like a twin. So it is an all-mountain freeride board, but it is incredibly versatile and really easy to ride switch. We do a camber to rocker design, so we get all that camber in the middle of the board for that extra quickness and that extra snappiness edge to edge and extra spring, but still get that rocker up in the nose and tail and that 3D beveled base in the nose and tail too, so you get ultimate float and you still get a catch-free feel. Inside this board, we're doing a triax fiberglass, so it's super snappy and powerful. And they also have those flax and basalt stringers in here too, adding even more zing and power to the board. And then to complement all of that, we have that nice centered base, making this board super fast. And one of the coolest features is probably the choroid tips in this thing, which are actually making the board incredibly lightweight and adding a ton of dampening. So obviously those are just a few of the amazing lineup of women's freeride boards we have for the 22-23 season. If you got any questions about these boards or any of the boards that we have at thehouse.com, definitely leave some comments down below. We're on there every single day trying to answer your questions. We want to make sure we get you into some rad gear, but most importantly, we want to make sure it's actually going to fit you and it's going to fit your riding style. Also make sure to like, subscribe, and definitely get that bell on too so you can find out when all the new videos drop. And whether you're riding the groomers or you're riding the POW, grab yourself a new women's freeride board and get out and ride, because any day of riding is a good day of riding.